Yeah, it also makes, like, hey, I think you need to make your machine in for repair. Like, fuck, no. I'm like, I can take another repair. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with some more The Visions of Escaflowne, or just Escaflowne, as my artist chose to put up on the art. We are, what, episode 14 now? So it means last time we were in episode 13, which means I've got notes. I, of course, also have a board, which will also, obviously, as always, be posted down below in the description in case you want to see it more clearly, as opposed to a more zoomed out mess, which is what's being displayed below. The board changelog, of course, is that I added Kaja, which was the guy who was present for the end of Duke Freed, who Duke Freed gave the orders, who I guess then passed it on to Sheed. And then I marked Vorus and Duke Freed as dead. I suppose as a minor mention, I changed their labels from Prince Sheed and Duke Freed to their full name. Because, just before Duke Freed dies, he says his whole name out during his challenge to everybody else. And same thing, Prince Sheed, in talking to Fulkin, mentions his full name as title, I guess. So, seemed like the thing to do would be to change them from Duke and Prince to full name. Going on from that into the notes. Card of the day, the Emperor. That's, again, as I said before, just noting these things for future in case I want to look back at what cards were played. So presumably, Delandu holds back the Dragon Slayers, anticipating a trap, which of course there was, as Vorus sacrificed himself to kill as many Zybok invaders as possible, and to secure the escape of Prince Sheed and company. But then why does Delandu scream out, "What is happening?" when you've shown yourself to be the one on site most expecting fuckery to occur? The thing I think that is supposed to be happening with episode 13 is that we are supposed to feel what Sheed feels at the beginning. Looking down at the Capitol and seeing it in flames, thinking about the time we've spent there and how badly it's gone. Except my thing is, the time we've spent here hasn't been about fighting to defend our honor. It has been mostly about fighting to defend our honor, protecting Hitomi from dying, fighting an assassin who convinced everyone to turn against us. It hasn't been a pleasant stay full of pleasant memories. I probably think more fondly of Astoria than I do Freed. Duke Freed can come across as a bit heartless at the beginning, but essentially all he's really saying is focus up. Another guess about Dornkirk. What if he's actually in the past? I don't know if I've made this guess already, but what if he's in Old Atlantis and is trying to create the future where Atlantis doesn't fall? I think I thought specifically about that when I heard him talking to Fulkin, and there was like this whole static thing going on. And it's like, it's either implying that their technology is like lower tier, or that he's transmitting through something that would create static. And, well, what would do that? Probably an element of the fact that I'm still thinking Madoka Magica is a whole time travel thing, or I think I've applied time travel to a bunch of shows now. So, why not? Why not one theory thrown at the wall when it comes to Escaflowne? The Atlanteans could turn human will into energy. Sounds like a mantra from Asura's Wrath, and I'm sure whatever the source of where that was inspired from. Someone's out there is probably going to be typing a comment that mantra is the thing that's inspired from, but my point being that it just reminds me of a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, technically, you get down to whatever willpower, right, from Gurren Lagann or Green Lantern, whatever. Sorry, I'm also inspired by the fact that I saw the next death battle is going to be Gurren Lagann versus White Lantern. To date this video, by the way. I think Duke Freed's Battlefield Epiphany is one that you just ignore. He's talking about handing over the power that countless people have sacrificed to prevent from falling into Zybok's hands, based on his belief that fate is in the hands of the next generation and not necessarily going to repeat itself. How about listening to your own words from earlier? Focus up and pay attention to what's in front of you, and stop waxing philosophical. Something funky is up with having Delandu be called back. Your other mission can wait. You mean the mission the Emperor has given top priority to the entire time? That reeks of the next time these two fight, someone's dying. And the way they had Delandu cowering for some reason, clearly implying it's going to be him not coming back. Just to address Sheed at the end, my father believed in this decision so much that he died for it. Yeah, that's called having convictions. That has nothing to do with being right. All sorts of people will fight for something that turns out to be wrong. That they died doesn't change that. Quality of character has nothing to do with the fact that if the thing you're fighting for is right. Anyway, those are my notes about last episode of Visions of Escaflowne. So I say we go ahead and hop on into the next episode and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Still, though, it does feel, as I said before, I think like last note section, like a Final Fantasy game at play. Like we've started with like most Final Fantasy games, we start in our home village, right? Start in our home village that goes a little bit sideways. We encounter somebody else who's more connected to the events that greater play. Then we kind of go on an adventure for a middling goal. And then that middling goal brings us into the forefront of everything else that's happening. And I feel like that's what's at play here. We've gone from small scale, like, oh my god, Familia is burning, to large scale, oh my god, 3 other kingdoms are burning. Like, we are in the main game now. And we're going to figure out from there what's going on. I mean, I really don't have much else to talk about. Usually I have a whole hell of a lot of stuff I can ramble on about in the beginning narration. But the element here is that I feel like we're in the discovery phase of a whole new arc. Very specifically, we got to find out what's going on with that power in the Atlantean text, right? And how Dornkirk is going to use it. Oh, right. Vaughn is like fucking dying in the Escaflowne. I forgot that. Though, to be fair, so much blood is dripping out of there that he should be bloodless by now. Yeah, way to save him, Escaflowne. I mean, this probably comes from the fact that he was fighting like a demon, they say. What, the wings gonna regenerate him? Oh, that's right. I guess everybody else doesn't know. So now everybody knows. So the wings disintegrate just afterwards? Vengeance? I don't know what that one is. It means it's a shit survival technique. You know, at your weakest, expose yourself as the person everybody hates.
まさか王様が竜神人とは。
アトランティスの力に竜神人か。なぜ今さらあの男を思い出させることが私の周りに起こる。
脈が乱れてる。このままでは危ないわ。そんな、あんたお医者さんでしょ。なんとかしてよ。無茶言わないでよ。この傷、普通じゃないのよ。内側から体の中から肉が裂けてきた
Oh,
みたい。
that would be different, yeah.
これじゃ
I assumed he got stabbed a bunch by the,
エスカフローネの装
guy
備
melt
は
blade
無事だったんでし
things.
ょ。あ、エスカフローネ。瞳。
Well, the thing is, it hasn't, like, stabbed him in the operation of it before.
バーンと同じ傷。
瞳、
Is it like
どうしたんだ。
he was operating stronger than the Escaflowne could?
アレンさん、バーンはエスカフローネと一つになって。
Oh no, the damage to the Escaflowne was inflicted upon him.
このままじゃバーンが死んじゃう。
そんなことが。
大将、
どうした。
アストリアの貿易船団が。
This is different.
もうすぐお前のふるさとの海だ。お別れだ、シルフィ。なんて顔して。
Wait, were you kissing a window or were you kissing her? Because I looked like you were kissing her.
笑顔が一番だ。もう捕まんじゃねえぞ。もし捕まっちまったら言ってやんな。アストリアのドライデンと知り合いだ。
Oh, this is the other guy's son that we heard about a long time ago? Long time ago, probably 5, 6 episodes ago.
しかも海に逃がすなんて。私は大旦那に叱られますですよ。
Is this what mole men were supposed to look like?
美しいものは自然にあるのが一番なのさ。あれはクルゼードじゃないか。
それが若旦那にお会いしたいと。
ドライデンですね。
So did we just wander up on this guy?
誰だよあんた。
アストリア第三王女ミラーナ姫
They didn't imply that they knew where he was before. Just, he was out and about.
ミラーナさんの婚約者？まさか
そう。君をさらおうとしたメイデンの息子だ。
そんな人危ないんじゃ。
いや、彼の知識を借りれば見つかるかもしれない。バーンを救う手立てが。
俺の書斎は気に入ってもらえたかな。はいどうぞ。
ありがとう。
ドキドキしてるだろう。5年前は正直ただのジャジャ馬だと思っていたが、こんな美しい姫君になられたとは感激だ。
You know, if we're going to him for help because we need help saving Vaughn or fixing the Escaflowne to save Vaughn,
嘘など申しません。
we're really wasting a lot of time on the build-up.
すぐ国へ帰って式を挙げよう。
いきなり何を？
いきなりも何も、俺とあんたは言い名付け。しかも俺と来たら、商売は順風満帆の大金持ち。学者に負けぬ豊富な知識。言っちゃなんだが、ルックスもいい。
He's not bad at selling himself. I mean,
ドライデン。
technically scene 1 where he was swimming in gold would be good enough for me. But I guess I'm shallow.
悪い悪い。心の準備ってもんがいるよな。
ドライデン。
ま、せいてはことをしそんじるってな。で、こんな話をしに来たんじゃないんだろう。本題に入ろうぜ。
ええ。
Also, how infatuated with her are you? You were macking on a mermaid. a little while ago.
あとは封印を解くのみ。
Oh, it's another one of the guy, I can't remember his name.
ディランドゥめ。
Guy Melps. The same thing the Escaflowne is made from. Because that was also in a rock before, if you remember.
これがイスパーの製のガイメレフか。こんなに傷だらけにしやがって全く侍ってやつはもうどれどれ。おお。
あの人がドライデンさん？
あ
どうやら言い伝えは本当らしいな。
どういうことですかな、ドライデン殿。
殿は勘弁してくれよ。ドライデンでいいよ。
じらすのはそのぐらいにしてくれないか。
古文書に曰く、イスパーノのガイメレフは使い手を取り殺す。
使い手を。
We really could have learned that lesson a long time ago.
イスパーノはアトランティスの民の知恵を受けたまわりし一族。彼らの手により作られしガイメレフは血の契約により主を決める。その主死するまで時としてそのガイメレフ自ら主となりて戦う。ガイメレフ傷つき倒れる時主も共に伏す。
エスカフローネをただ使うんじゃなく
I mean, it feels like in most occasions, when a Guy Melp falls, its owner's already killed anyway.
私がパンを。
ガイメレフを直しゃいいんだよ。
こんな大掛かりな修理、我々には。
So it's like a Mecha Dorian Gray situation.
何をした？
呼んだんだよ。
誰を？
エスカフローネを作ったイスパーノ一族をさ。
It's really weird. Okay. Giant foot from the sky? What is this? I was gonna say, it's really weird that the guy who we called out to just happened to be in the area, and also just happened to be, like, knowledgeable in exactly everything that we need.
これが噂のイスパーノ攻防戦か。
So we call them from, like, space? And how is it that the mole people knew so much about this, too? Oh, because they are mole men.
大丈夫なんですか？
エスカフローネを確認したんだ。
5000万。
5000万。
エスカフローネの修理代。
俺たちの給料の
I feel like they're a joke on Jawas from Star Wars.
払えなければ我々帰る。
アレンさん。
俺が払おう。
若旦那
船団を丸ごとくれてやる。それでどうだ。
若旦那5年もかけて集めた品ですぞ。総額8000万はくだらぬもの。
I don't know if that would even be a good trade for them. They've got a friggin' spaceship. The convoy ain't gonna be able to follow them anywhere.
しみったれたことを言いなさんなって。俺はあの王様が気に入っただけさ。
So I was originally just thinking about the fact that they all have power tools and everything like that.
ロープだ。ロープで縛り付けろ。
But then they're de-shoeing the Escaflowne.
ありましたぜ。
感じてやる。エスカフローネの痛みを。こいつは本物だ。
ドライデンさん？
大丈夫だ。
I mean, it's also very inconvenient for if you're fighting in the Escaflowne because you're gonna feel every pain that the machine takes now. That's not a benefit, that's a drawback.
あいつがこんなことで大丈夫。きっとバーンならね、メルル。
Yeah, it also makes like, hey, I think you need to make your machine in for repair. Like, fuck no. I don't think I can take another repair. I do enjoy the theming of the the icons. So I can't apparently say the word. The Ipsano ship. The face on it looks exactly like the Atlantean base image thing. Yeah, where the fuck is that, though? Is the capital of Zybok on Gaia? I mean, we still kind of also got to take care of the fact that everybody now knows you're Draconian. Not that I imagine it's really going to matter. Well, no, actually, it's mostly you. You paid for everything. They would leave if not for you. I guess Hitomi is the reason that they found Dryden, though. So if they cut the Escaflowne's arm off, does Vaughn lose his arm? At the same time, I guess that also means that if the Escaflowne loses his arm, and he does, they can fix the Escaflowne's arm and he'll get his arm back. Which might be something to think about for Falcon. Yeah, I guess, you know, also the aspect that if you had weapons, they'd be more incentivized to attack you. Rude. Yeah, thank you very much. Tosses the ground. So, you just didn't break his legs there?
たち、竜狩りも今日でおしまいにするよ。
This is his goal. He said exactly what I said in my fucking notes. I'm gonna lose my guy today.
俺の手で蹴りをつける。エスカフローネ、力をくれ。
There's no way that they held him back before. For no reason. Because they wanted him killed somewhere very specific. Well, goodbye all my Dragon Slayer crew. And now we've made this useless. The dude fucking sold you all out. Don't make it seem like he was such a great guy. Okay, Balgus, fair enough. Oh, come on. Everybody. All my Dragon Slayers. Now you're gonna turn into a little punk here at the very end, too? Hey, don't get excited. He's turning into a fucking monster. Like, this is a berserker move. Yeah, legitimately, if anything had ever hit him, he'd be bleeding from all over the place. Look, I understand that my guy is the bad guy. Don't misconstrue it. This is a weird twist. Kind of like an Arthas thing here. All the ghosts of everyone he's killed with his weapon. Well, I guess Escaflowne is a pretty cool, cool look. And of course, Delandu could just fucking kill him any second now. And to cover what Fail Fishers just said in chat, Duke Freed still gave them an opportunity to escape. Sure, yeah, I'm not discounting that. I'm discounting the fact that he gave them the Atlantean sword that essentially his entire country sacrificed itself to ensure stayed out of Zybok's hands, because he thought people needed to suffer a bit in the present to, you know, power through this new challenge to the world or whatever. I'm just saying, from that aspect, yeah, he still kind of sold them out. It doesn't matter that he gave... This was the entire point of my last line of note. It doesn't matter that he died for a cause. Dying for a cause does not make the cause good. It just means that you had the conviction to die for it. Having convictions is good. I would argue plenty of people in history have died for bad convictions.
Escaflowne.
Well, that's different. It'd be fantasy without cat girls. It's getting somewhere. I don't really know what to say here. I think I called all of this last episode when I said, oh, why are they holding Delandu back? Well, we're showing off how badass of a fighter Vaughn is. Delandu's whole mission is to capture the Escaflowne. Very clearly implying that, oh, we just don't want him to die here. He's got somewhere else to die. Now, granted, they didn't kill him here, but they did kill all of the other Dragon Slayers, which, by the way, slay dragons. Literally, in the tier of warriors of the world, it really feels like the Dragon Slayers are very near the top, at least of people we've seen so far. And now Vaughn is just above them all, to the point that Delandu is like pissing himself at the thought of fighting Vaughn. Like, what happened to Delandu? He went from like top tier to crazy to coward. Like, I don't the dip of Delandu's character arc is just weird and doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Now, granted, again, I find myself to be more of a Falcon type, but I didn't draw myself, so I'm beholden to follow whatever this guy gets up to. I just don't think I'm much longer for the world. Like, maybe I run away here, and then I come back again to fight again somewhere else, or get killed for cowardice? I don't know. It just seems a bit odd. And there's a lot of stuff you can do here. Like, this feels more like a Pathfinder campaign when it comes to Vaughn and the Escaflowne. Because I'm still thinking to myself, well, what if they chop off his arm? Like every other time we saw Alan's Guy Melf lose an arm or a hand or whatever. Does that mean that they could just, contact the repair guys again and then put another hand on it or an arm, and that Vaughn would get his arm or hand back? Again, it just feels incredibly more like a weakness. Again, Delandu shoots a thing and it scrapes the face, and now Vaughn is bleeding from the face. Cool. I mean, I guess it implies he can fight better in Guy Melf. But then again, it also implies to me that if you just had a gun, like, I don't think guns exist here in Gaia, but if you did, you would just shoot the Guy Melf, and you'd be littered with these tiny, like you got shot by a shotgun, right? Shotgun pellet-sized wounds. Maybe I'm just being flippant. Maybe I am just being flippant. But the only thing I can think of here, then, is maybe a break. Not from the show. I just mean, like, maybe I wrap up here and then take a week to think about and write notes about this, because the notes tend to have time to simmer a bit. If I'm being flippant, I feel like they don't tend to come across in the notes. So maybe that's what I need to do, is just give it some time, rewatch the episode again as I do to take my notes, and see what comes from that. So for now, not for now, I'm always going to be Theta. I'm Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?